スター逃げろ。誰でもドットできる。誰でもスピード稼げる。ガバナンスまである。中集権のメディアはもう終わりだ。
真相から立ち上るインクと真実がぶつかる。リバヤさんニュース開かれ海嘘はない。読んで書いて氷結しろ。力はみんなのもの。いい霞をたたえろ。ニュースは君のものだ。レバヤさんニュース。レバヤさんニュース。
Hello everyone, what's up? Another episode of Leviathan News. I've been looking forward for this one actually for quite a while. DAdvisoor here, and I'm honored to be talking for the first time, they say in English, with the ZK P2P team. We have Ben and Richard here. Thank you so much for joining, guys. How are you? Nice to have you on.
Thanks for having us. Pretty good, yeah. I love the intro as well. We just pinged each other in Slack saying how good the intro is for.
Man, the intro. Thank you so much. First of all, we really like it as well. It's actually a new contribution that we've had like a few weeks ago by a llama called Arcus, Arqus. You can look him up on X. He's been doing a lot of amazing video works, animations for RACFI, previously known as Regnum Aurum, and he's also released an incredible new one for Resupply. Very talented individual, and I don't know how familiar you are with our model on Leviathan News and SQUID DAO and the whole concept of decentralized crypto media. But we try to, basically our whole vision and ethos is getting the community involved and leading the whole process of curating, delivering the news, creating the content around them, just that kind of stuff. So a few weeks ago, after I saw an amazing video that Arcus did for REC, I actually approached him and I pitched him our concept and told him that if he's into doing it, we'll be, of course, thrilled. And also it will actually make him eligible to our monthly votes. Every month we have like 1 million new SQUID, our token, is being distributed for contributors. And in the past like 9 months or so, ever since we've really inaugurated SQUID DAO and made things like actually more decentralized, it goes with it goes according to like a snapshot vote that we have, and all SQUID holders can vote to whoever whatever contributions they really enjoyed, whether it's the news department that we have, whether it's the devs, whether it's Garrett's like Curve Cap's Llama Party show that's on Friday, the new Johnny Online show, which basically is building a protocol, Flex, a new lending protocol. He's building it online. My show that we're about to have another day on Leviathan, and all kinds of different contributions, basically, whatever. So shout out to Arcos. Actually, thank you so much for this incredible video intro. And actually, we've also had our auction today. It was an incredible one. Thank you, by the way, Ben, for participating and
I lost in, shall we say? Yeah, thanks.
Winning as well. Maybe next time, always the next time. But great that we have the opportunity to have you on this week, because soon, once we start getting into it, I know that you guys have some kind of announcement coming up this week. So let's see what kind of details we'll be able to get out of you about that one. But even if it's just a tease, it will be good enough. But I do want to present our winners for today. So let me just pop it up here. Just a second. Our winners from today are Bounce.Tech. Let me just scroll up here and share the screen. Shout out Bounce.Tech, leverage tokens for all of finance. Private beta is live now on Hyperliquid. Go to our pinned posts on our Telegram or the X of Leviathan News. Get the link, find the link over there, and you can try Bounce.Tech and see what it's all about. Bounce.Tech. Shout out to you guys. Really enjoyed the auction today. Was actually even lucky to find the time to stream it. Shout out to all the other participants that really gave it their best. You guys.
All the losers. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, all the losers. The losers make the bid bigger. So the losers have a crucial role in auctions, actually. Before we get into it, first of all, guys, please like the video, follow us on Leviathan News, follow ZKP2P, they're streaming over there as well, so you can watch it on their X account as well. Go give them a follow, join their Telegram group. And just before we really start getting in there, let me shill one more thing with the auctions themselves, because I really want to show the amount of bids that we got today on auction. It was kind of great. Just 1 second, guys. Let me go here to my account and Leviathan News and to our website. Let's see if it pops up. The auctions. This was the quick pass. Sold. Look at this amount, 0.0693 ETH. That's in ETH terms, that's actually quite a lot for us. And look at all these bids, guys. I hope you can see it on the screen. 7 different addresses were bidding, which is really cool. Great proof of concept for us. And we have all kinds of stuff coming up actually on that front as well. If you want, check out my previous stream from today where Curve Cap also went up. The devs are actually building a system in which people can also just pay a fixed price for a sponsored post that will go on our Telegram and X, as long as, of course, as it gets approved and is not a malicious link or whatever. But we really want to find more and more ways to get our platform available to more and more people who want to share their message and not necessarily getting a chance to, and of course to make some revenue. So shout out to all the bidders, much respect. True Markets as well. Lamberg, thank you very much for joining. Truo today, I should say. And,
they rebranded.
Sorry?
I said they rebranded. Come on.
Yeah, Truo. Sorry. I'm in a tester. I should really know that. I hope Millie and Lamberg and Tangle don't get too upset with me on that one. So go visit Truo, Trueo. I think _app is the new X account that they have there. And okay, enough shilling for now. Anyway, and let's start shilling something else over here.
Something better, maybe.
Maybe. So I'm actually, ever since I've noticed you guys a few months ago, I was curious about the app. It's always nice to see a new on and off ramp that seems interesting, especially one that looks, okay, really different, really promising, and with such a great brand, actually. Let me try to also put it on the screen here. I actually think you guys have a very noticeable brand. Let's share that on the screen as well while we're doing it. Great colors, very you can't miss it. You see it once, and then you're like, okay, this is different. This is something else. So great work. Shout out to your design team as well. So ZKP2P, let me just read it. Permissionless and composable on and off ramp protocol, on ramp to Base, Solana, Hyperliquid, Ethereum, and 20 more than 20 other chains and off-ramp to USD, Euro, and more than 20 currencies. That's actually really cool. I also know that it all happens very quickly. It happens privately, which is something I definitely want us to touch on, because I think that is actually very unique, and one of the reasons that I think it's a very good, there's a very good argument that it's one of the best on and off ramps available. And also, according to what I saw on your X several times, people actually earn money while on and off ramping. So I'm actually very curious about that as well. So guys, who wants to start? What is ZK P2P? What's the basic that people should know? And let me just add, who can use it?
You want to go, Richard, or shall I?
Cool. Yeah, I'll do a quick, and then Ben can show a lot more on what ZK P2P is. So yeah, you read the description on the X. We are like an on-chain DeFi protocol that enables like trustless, decentralized, permissionless, like on-off ramping between users. And this is entirely through a P2P mechanism. So you as a buyer on ramping are transacting directly with a seller who has like crypto or USDC. And then it's basically a coincidence of wants. Like I want to transact an off ramp, I want to transact an on ramp, and two people match together. So like P2P exchanges have existed in the past. What makes ZK P2P completely different is that we use ZK and this type of advanced cryptography that allows buyers to directly prove that they've actually made the correct payment versus like needing to trust like a seller to kind of release you funds. And with this proof, you can directly interact with our smart contracts to kind of unlock crypto directly into user's wallet. So the buyer never has to talk with a seller or even trust the seller at all. And all of this is privacy preserving in that like no additional, I guess, identity details or like verification is required. Like we're never in the middle, we don't custody funds, etc. It's like, think of it like a Uniswap or a Curve, but now you can also transact directly from fiat to crypto and back. But yeah, I'll stop there because that was pretty technical description. So Ben can show from the other angle.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah. Oh,
I actually think it was a very great way to describe it. Very on the point. Thanks so much, Richard. Go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, Richard is the founder, so he should know, I guess, most about ZK P2P. Yeah, we essentially support, I guess, 9 different payment methods right now. So Chime, Venmo, Cash App for our American listeners, N26, Revolut, Wise, Mercado Pago, Monzo, and the last one, Zelle. We have this Zelle as well, also for American users. And from there, essentially, you can on-ramp super quickly, super easy. You go to ZK P2P or our mobile app if you're listening. You're welcome to reach out to us for a code to our private beta. You go to our website, you choose your payment provider, the amount you want to on-ramp and the currency, and you go from there. Essentially, it takes, I think on a median time, like 2 minutes to on-ramp from like Venmo to crypto. And for off-ramping, it depends on the price you set. Obviously, like Richard said, it's users with a coincidence of wants. So you always need someone on the other side of the trade. And right now, there's lots of people on the other side of that trade, should we say. So if you're looking for a great way to off-ramp your funds, maybe, I don't know if anyone's got any funds left to on-ramp at the minute, off-ramp at the minute. But if you do have funds left to off-ramp, we're a great way to actually sell above market rate and earn some money whilst you off-ramp as well. I guess maybe we could get into that more if you're interested in kind of how to earn money or yield, I would say, on this.
Definitely. Like before that, I will ask you guys: like, are there any other services that you're aware of that allow on and off ramping privately and like peer to peer and privately, or is it like one of a kind service, at least as far as you know? Because I don't think that I know any. Maybe I should, but I don't know any others.
It depends if you mean like others that have many kind of users and like volume as us or not. I think there are a couple of other ones. There was one on Hyper EVM called Overdraft, and another one called Phoenix Markets. But I think, I mean, from my point of view, I started out as a lover of ZK P2P before I joined the team. They're by far the best placed on and off ramp. Yeah, nothing beats it actually. I think in terms of getting
how many users are there currently to ZK P2P? Like, where are they coming from? What's the volume that's been done? Any kind of some stats you can maybe share with us? Maybe even show them on screen if you have.
I'd love to.
Can you see where to share a screen from using Restream?
I think so.
Yeah, cool. I held it. Connected something. Just a second. Let me pop it up.
Oh.
Let me pop it up. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So this is actually we have June. Obviously, all protocols have a June, but Andy, our dev, he made this. It's our Explorer and Analytics kind of world, peerlytics.xyz. You can see pretty much everything about orders, intents, addresses, profiles, pretty much everything you'd want to know about our platform. And you can see in the last kind of year, I guess it's almost the 1 year anniversary since the V2 launch, which is the 5th of February, so Thursday, which is also when we have a nice announcement. We've done $12 million of on-ramp volume, and the majority of that has come in the last 3 months. I guess we've had like super great traction, which is essentially up and to the right. I think it was $2.5 million, just over $2.5 million of on-ramp volume in January of this year, which is really nice. You can see we have 1,100 people providing liquidity, or at least unique addresses providing liquidity. I don't think it's super interesting to walk you through all of the stats, but what you can see here when you say where people are coming from, obviously the majority of our volume is in USD and Euro, and Revolut is super popular, mainly because they have so many different currencies, and also the spreads are super low. So it's like one USDC is worth around 1.005 USD, whereas for Venmo and Cash App you can pay up to like 1.03 as well. And I think the most interesting one is the turnover section. So for turnover, like on January 26th, we did 228% turnover, which means for every $1 of liquidity, we did $2.28 of volume, which is insane. It just means that a lot of our liquidity providers are looping their liquidity, which is essentially off-ramping, bringing it back on chain, providing it again, and compounding those yields, which can be pretty lucrative, I would say. So you can come here, take a look around, see what all of the information you can about the platform essentially, and you can see we've got around 6.5K unique users, I would say, or unique buyers at least in the last year, which is pretty cool.
Ben, can you maybe show us the app itself and how people can like how simple it actually is to on and off ramp?
I suppose I can. Yeah, it's if I'm going to share the screen again, I'm going to share a different tab, and then I think we can go from there. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Just open it up again.
All right, we're good to go. Yeah, so like we said, zkp2p.xyz is still the URL. If we click buy, you can see here, I'm going to buy in. I'm just going to check to see if I've got any dollars left, because I'm not like 100% sure. Otherwise, we'll do euros. We'll do euros. if you go to Revolut, you can choose, let's do 100 euros. You see here, it brings you up a quote, and I'm going to receive 116 euros, 116 USDC. And you can view different quotes as well. So you can see there's lots of different people and lots of different payment methods. So Revolut, PayPal, Wise, N26 for Euro. And for USD, you can see we have more. So we have Chime, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle as well. But I'm going to do euros because I live in Europe. I'd say the nice thing as well about ZKP2P is that we use Privy, which means we have a gas sponsorship. So if you sign in with your email, your Twitter account, et cetera, you don't need to have gas in your account. And that means you can fund a new wallet in a privacy preserving manner. So obviously with peer-to-peer, your counterparty will know who you are, but only your counterparty. And that means you can set the end address to a different one and no one can track that address, which I think is pretty cool and something that you can't really do in a lot of other ways. You generate a QR code, which gives you a rev tag to send to. I will stop sharing the screen in a second because I'll have to log into Revolut, but you'll see the idea. So once I've sent the money, which I've just done on my phone, I click I have completed payment. And I'd say the most important part and something that can be a little confusing to some people is you need to have an extension. And this extension is the peer auth extension. I guess, Richard, correct me if I get anything wrong here. This essentially helps you generate the zero knowledge proof. So what it does is it locally on your computer, it reads the information from Revolut, Venmo, Cash App, etc. It blinds all of your personal information. So we don't want to see anything about you. We don't want to know anything about you. And it just takes the information that it needs to prove the payment, compares it to what's on chain, and that helps, and that then releases the payment to you. I guess, Richard, did I miss anything there?
No, that was great.
Great.
Go on.
You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just adding it to my Chrome tab, which should take a few seconds. Dun, 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 dun.
And what kind of apps can people use again? You said Venmo, Revolut, huge apps, probably like hundreds of millions of people probably have access to these apps, I'm guessing, right?
Correct. Yeah. So you've got in America, you've got Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. For like the rest of the world, or like America and Europe mainly, you have Revolut, Wise, and N26. I guess a new one in America is also Chime as well, which is kind of similar to Venmo. We have a small audience in Argentina who do Mercado Pago. And in the UK, we have Monzo as well. Then it's going to ask you to sign into your bank. So in this case, or ePay wallet. So I'm signing in with Revolut. I guess you can't actually see this, which is useful because then I can just sign in normally. With my two-factor authentication. Okay, and now what's happening on my screen, I'm not going to show you, is that it's authenticating, it's reading the information, and it's finding the people I've sent the money to. And you can see here the 100 euros I sent to Upbox. I click verify the payment. We wait patiently for it to verify. Hopefully it won't take too long because we're live. And we're about to get some nice confetti. There we go, just like that. So I would say that was pretty easy. I did a demo on last Wednesday actually, and it went much worse than this. So I'm pretty happy with this. But it usually is this easy just to get your money. And then from here, obviously, you can either on-ramp to multiple chains as well, which is something I guess I didn't mention. You can go to pretty much every chain you like, including native Bitcoin as well. So you can do privacy preserving fiat to native Bitcoin, which I think not many people know about. Obviously Hyperliquid, where you can go lose a bunch of money, et cetera, as well. Yeah.
That's actually extremely cool. Just to think of the fact that so quickly you were able to use an app that you're already KYC'd in, or whatever it's called, like Revolut, for example, and just like send money onto a wallet. Not you didn't need to go on any centralized exchange or whatever and have another process being done there. Quite remarkable, I must say. I'm really shout out to you guys. This is very cool and very useful, it seems. And by the way, very nice to that for the Bitcoin maxis out there, that they can also do it directly onto a Bitcoin address as well. Very cool, actually.
Yeah, we've seen a couple more like Bitcoin people come about. We seem to have got into some sort of Spanish Telegram group, I believe, and they have a lot of Bitcoin maxis, it seems, because we've been seeing a lot more Bitcoin transactions. But I think it's also one of the only ways now. Obviously, you could always go to local Bitcoins or meet someone in a car park with some cash for Bitcoin. Back in the good old days, should we say? But I think this is still one of the only really privacy-preserving ways to get to Bitcoin. Maybe don't tell the Bitcoin maxis that they're using Base, which is an Ethereum L2. But I mean, at least you're getting Bitcoin, right? So I think that's the
yeah, close enough. Close enough for me. That's for sure. Guys, how long is ZK P2P? Like how long does it exist?
Yeah, I guess I can talk for Richard. Okay, Richard and Sachin and a couple of other guys did a hackathon in 2023 at ZK Hack, where they did a proof of concept. So that was now almost 3 years ago. And then in 2024, V1 came out, which used ZK email. So that's where you would prove that you sent the money using an email, which I believe was okay, but it wasn't super great, if you don't mind me saying, because obviously proving an email is different. And then, like I said, almost 1 year ago on Thursday, when we have our big announcement, was when V2 dropped, and ZK B2B V2 is essentially what you see now. Obviously, it's gotten better over time. Since then, we've already launched V3 in October, but V2 launched, and that's essentially what you see now, the extension, being able to prove payments directly from the payment websites and kind of, getting your money on directly.
What's the difference between V2 and V3? What's the upgrade there?
Quite a lot, I would say. V3 mainly focused on liquidity providers. So obviously peer-to-peer exchanges live and die on liquidity, and V2, liquidity provided was pretty basic. You would deposit into a vault, you would set your rates, and that would be kind of it. If you wanted to redeposit, you would have to recreate, you would have to redeposit, you'd have to set all your configs again, and it was quite laborious. I did it for 9 months or 7 months, I suppose, doing that. And now with V3, I think one of the biggest upgrades is the ability to redeposit, withdraw funds partially, set exchange rates, add new currencies, add new payment methods to the vaults, things like this. Also, the delegate function is something we've just started exploring. So again, Andy, our dev, has his own kind of site, USDC to fiat, where he has a delegate.usdc to fiat.xyz. And this is where we have an algorithm running that sets the conversion rates for your deposit and basically takes 1 week's worth of information, checks the current order book and liquidity, and sets your rates at a place where you're still going to be generating yield and have the velocity of off-ramping at the same time. So it tries to balance out the speed of off-ramping and still making money at the same time. So these are some of the upgrades we've made. There's some more to come around further decentralization of the product, some stuff around T's when it comes to attestation server, which if you're interested in, I'll let Richard discuss those. But I think the main things we went for V3, maybe I haven't really sold us very well, but we're really focusing on liquidity now, because obviously demand is almost unlimited. I don't want to say it is unlimited. It's almost unlimited. Everyone wants to get on chain. Everyone sees kind of where the world is going. They want, their stables to earn money, or they want to bet big to win big, or they want to buy, Ethereum, and maybe they don't want their governments to know about it. And we're really focused on liquidity now, making sure that we have enough liquidity to serve the needs of all of our users.
That's actually a very good segue. Like, how do you do it? Like, how do you guarantee that you have enough liquidity, or as much liquidity as you can? I'm guessing that this is something that you find ways to incentivize.
No, actually, no. It's pretty organic, I would say. We did a test of a liquidity provider leaderboard, where I got a marketing budget for once, and I essentially wasted the money, because liquidity providers don't need external incentivization, I would say. Essentially, because you're using stables. If I take a Venmo example, if I deposit $1,000 into Venmo, or into, sorry, 1,000 USDC into ZKP2P, and I want to receive it in my Venmo wallet, I can sell that USDC for 1.02 USD. So then in my Venmo wallet, I would receive $1,020, right? Which is obviously $20 of yield fairly instantly. Venmo is usually, depending on the rates and the amount of liquidity, maybe 8 hours you'll receive your money, maybe 1 day if it's a slower day. But still, you've earned $20 by essentially doing nothing, just by selling stables. And that's a one-to-one relationship. Now, if you take that USD you have in Venmo, you bring it back on chain, and you start compounding that, you earn significant yield, I would say. I think I released an article at the start of the year kind of documenting the journey from March to December of me LPing on ZKP2P. And I think I did like 152% APY on stables.
I actually remember, I've noticed this article. Can you find it? Can you share it and let us show it to the audience?
Sure, yeah.
Because this really, was something very unique for me. I'm not used to seeing an on and off ramp app that all of a sudden talks about yield. For me, it was like, what? I'm used to seeing like yield, okay, with vaults services, or like stablecoin providers and wherever, and all of a sudden I'm seeing you publishing that okay, you're just providing liquidity or whatever to on and off ramps, and making significant gains. So it's actually very cool. It's a great alternative for people for what they can actually do with their idle funds.
Yeah, it's a great way to earn. I call it outsized yield, I would say, and it's also non-directional as well. So what you have to remember is ETH vaults, Bitcoin vaults, even stable vaults pay more. Aave pays more when it's a bull market, because more people want to borrow stables, right? In a bear market, people want to borrow less, so the stables pay less. And over a long period of time, they kind of even out, right? Let's say 5%. But like I said, there's almost unlimited demand for people to get on chain, right? There are so many people who are willing to pay more than $1 for 1 USDC or for 1 SOL, right? They're incentivized to get on chain in this privacy preserving way, in a great way to just get on chain. They're incentivized to do it, and you can really take advantage of that and really make a lot of yield, essentially. And I think the most easy way to say it is this way. So this is essentially it. You would deposit your USDC. I would receive fiat in Wise, PayPal, or Revolut. I would say there are risks. I don't have a Wise or a PayPal account anymore, which is sad, but we live and we learn. Revolut, I would consolidate everything into Revolut. In this case, there are kind of 2 ways to get on chain. One way for Europeans is to use Monerium, which is basically an on-chain IBAN. It's a really easy way to get euros on chain. Also, if there was a good rate on ZK P2P, I would use the platform itself to get the money back on chain. A lot of people post 1-to-1 or close to like the market rate. And then from there, I would swap back to USDC, bridge to base, and deposit again. And it feels like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work. But in total, from like only 6K, I made almost $13,000, which I would say is pretty impressive, maybe. It paid for
insane. In how long?
Yeah, it was over 9 months.
It's cool, man. It's a lot of money.
It was pretty good, and also it was from like a perspective, it's not very time consuming, so you can make it as time consuming as you want. You can on ramp as many times as you want again per day. In this case, my average cycle is 1.5 days, so for around 10 minutes work to half an hour of work, I would kind of recycle the liquidity and make money. I actually paid for my honeymoon, well, most of my honeymoon in September, which was always nice. Yeah, and like I said, there are risks. So PayPal and Wise did close my account. Technically, from a Wise perspective, they're very anti-crypto. Yeah, which kind of sucks, I would say. And PayPal, yeah, I think I was doing too much volume on PayPal, to be honest with you.
So you'd recommend for your strategies over there, you'd recommend using Revolut?
I would recommend using Revolut, or if you have it, Venmo or Cash App. I think they're also quite friendly. And actually, I posted another article slightly later, which is how you can do it. Let me just go to the article. How you can do it too. And this gives you kind of, it's essentially a cheat sheet for, I don't want to call them lazy people, but it's essentially a cheat sheet for lazy people. It tells you kind of the best spreads to use, the expected fill times from historical data. Obviously, if I scroll down all the way to the bottom, we have the famous, sorry, it could be a bit jarring, the famous disclaimer. Historical data does not guarantee future performance, and this isn't financial advice. But if you were interested in providing liquidity, I would recommend checking out this article. You can find out a lot of stuff, a lot of information about kind of when the best time is to post the liquidity, when most people are active, things like this. Yeah, I think it can be quite interesting for you. And also, if you end up being a redepositor, you earn more yield as well, which I think is super exciting. And I think one of my favorite ones was having someone saying that I'm not active at the moment on PayPal after my PayPal got banned, which is always nice because I was such a great liquidity provider. Yeah, so I think it's good to take a look and read through them and yeah, just see if you're interested in earning outside yield, how to do it. It's super easy to do. You can always ping me on Telegram, Discord, Twitter, anywhere basically.
Where can people find the articles, by the way, Ben?
Oh, on my Twitter @unhappyben, which is, I guess, the opposite of what I am now, but it's unhappyben. You can find the articles there.
Very, very nice, very cool. Good work on your side, Richard. Before we continue to me trying to get some info from you guys about what's coming up this week, I actually want to ask you, what made you decide to build this kind of an app? Was it something you thought about long ago? Was it a personal need? What exactly sent you down the route of building a private peer-to-peer on and off ramp?
Yeah, it's actually two things. So Sachin's actually not on here. He's the other co-founder of ZK P2P. So he and I hacked on the initial version because Sachin, he lives in India. I worked with him previously at a different startup, and the only way we paid him was through stables. So we would send him his monthly salary using stable coins. And then in India, because he's in India, there's no actual off ramp that he could use. So Binance, I guess P2P was the only option for him to basically convert USDC to INR. And that was just a pain because it is a centralized exchange, keeps like flagging you for stuff. It also requires like a trusted peer-to-peer process in which that if you transact with a counterparty that basically, they can basically rug you potentially. And then for Binance to get back with support, that takes like a couple weeks. So we want to build a better solution here. And also at the same time, I guess we were also exploring ZK pretty heavily and very interested in what like zero knowledge tech could be used to build applications. Because if you remember back in 2022, everyone's like very hyped about ZK being applied to like blockchains, but that didn't really interest us. We wanted to apply it to something that touched, like, I guess, kind of the real world. So yeah, basically solved Sachin's problem, and also we get to keep building and pushing on ZK applications. And that's kind of how we came up with this initially.
Cool. And by the way, guys, how big is the team these days? Like, how many people are working at ZK P2P?
6 people. Yeah.
Insane. And what's the volume again? Like, what's how many funds?
We just hit 26 million total volume processed. So that's on ramps. On ramps around 12, and then bridging volume as well. So yeah, small team, big volume, big ramps.
The level of efficiency of a good crypto product is remarkable, really.
Yeah, we're also very helped by AI, I would say. Like even I, as the kind of head of growth and marketing, even I use Claude Code. Sachin, Richard, Andy all have their own separate kind of bots running. Richard's dream is never to leave Slack, essentially. If he could, he would never leave Slack all day. He codes from Slack, he talks in Slack, he calls in Slack. And it works really well, actually. We're shipping every day. Like it's really impressive. And I could do some coding, but now I would say better at coding. The Telegram bot in Telegram was done by me and Claude, and Discord too. So yeah, it's AI is definitely.
What can people do on the Telegram bot again?
It does orders, and so if an order, it essentially tracks deposits. So if you've deposited, you can track your deposit through the bot, and you can set up sniper orders as well. So there are some people who set their exchange rate lower than the market rate, and it will alert you and say like, hey, not Richard, but like deposit 123 is 1,000 USDC, and you can get it for 0.5% less than the market rate. Like, click it now, and then you click it now, and then you can on ramp straight away. Actually, I think I'm the number one user of that bot, to be honest. I know some people also sign up to it to get alerts, and it's also in our public channels as well. But I always take the below market rate euro deposits pretty much straight away. It's
Cool, man. I always think that when people buy stuff for them to actually use, usually it works out the best.
Yeah. I mean, it works pretty well. I know we have some pretty good feedback also on the Telegram as well to make it better, which we're looking to do.
Okay, guys, I'm actually very curious to see if you guys will be willing to share anything. What's I saw that there's an upcoming announcement in a few days. Let me just try to pop up your account again on my own screen. Just a second. This should be it. Okay. You guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
It was this one. Yeah. ZK P2P, 3 days, knowledge peer-to-peer. I'm actually very curious
Very curious.
Will you be willing to share anything here? Some kind of a tip, some kind of a clue? Give us something, guys. Give us something.
I mentioned earlier that it would be really fantastic for everyone to be available on Thursday to find out more. And I think that's all we need to say. Let me tell you, I've worked too hard, and we've worked too hard as a team to leak this. So I think all I say is, every day there's going to be a new clue that looks exactly like this on your screen. And on Thursday, you'll know. Unlike other DeFi teams, we're not making you wait weeks and weeks for an announcement or an announcement of an announcement. I gave you 5 days notice. Come on, let me have some kind of marketing. That's it. No leaks.
Incredible. Much respect and much luck with it. Really looking forward to seeing what it is. Definitely know that you can use our Leviathan News Telegram bot or through the leviathannews.xyz website to deliver the news to our audience once it's out. If you need any assistance with it, let me know. Of course, I will assist you guys, but you can also just do it yourselves and earn some squid while you're at it. So
I hope I'll be capable to do it myself.
I am pretty sure that you've done some more complicated stuff. And either way, you can probably use Claude to assist you in building a bot that will do it for you or whatever. Guys, anything that you want to add before we wrap this up? That we haven't touched on, that we should have? Any kind of advantages, benefits, stuff that you want to share about ZK P2P, and basically things I should have asked and haven't. Feel free to share them as well.
Yeah, I can give you the last thing, which is we are working on a mobile app.
Nice.
It's currently in private beta. You're welcome to join our Discord and ping me there, where I will get you set up with a code for you guys to use, which I think is pretty nice. We're working on it every day. We're getting really good feedback in the Discord group. What's nice is I'm the one who delivers all the messages, all the bug fixes, so everyone compliments me for all of my hard work. And yeah, I've done no hard work for the mobile app, but it's always nice to be complimented. And so we have the mobile app, and essentially, if you're looking for a place to on-ramp in a privacy-preserving manner, if you have fiat and you want crypto, come to zkp2p.com. If you have crypto and you want fiat, come to zkp2p.com, or .xyz rather, zkp2p.xyz. I got the URL wrong. Come there, deposit your crypto, set your rates, wait a little bit. Someone will come along and you'll receive fiat directly in Venmo, in Revolut. Anywhere you set up, it will come. Give it a go. Start small if you're worried about it. Try 10 euros, try 50 euros, $50, whatever. Once you try it, I say, and it works smoothly, you'll see the difference between Coinbase, MoonPay, Binance, other P2P providers. I think you'll really like it. And if not, you'll be talking to me on support, so you can't escape me, essentially. Yeah, I would say just try it. If you haven't already, give it a go. It'll change your life. Maybe that's too much, but I'm going to stick with it.
Much respect. And for me, on my side of the world here in Israel, I would just say, when here, guys, when can our side of the world will be able to use ZK P2P? But I know it's not exactly a priority, so I'll keep waiting for now. But yeah, definitely a very cool product, very unique. And I've really been looking forward to it. And I like the fact that, it's so useful and so simple and so easy to use, so quick. Hat tip to you guys, Richard, Ben, and the rest of the team. I think you've built something very cool. I really like the fact that you're such a small team delivering so hugely. And looking forward to Thursday, guys. And really hope to get you on here whenever you have some updates for us.
Sure.
Definitely looking forward to it. So, guys, and by the way, quite a lot of views I see that we've had on X and X mostly. I think it's almost 400 people, 398 on ZK P2P channel, 363 on Leviathan News. These are pretty impressive numbers for these hours, I'd say, on X, and this is not including even my own account that's streaming it as well, and few gentlemen that are on YouTube watching as well. And just before we wrap up, let me give another shout out to our SQUID Pass winners of the week, Bounce.Tech. Let me pop it up on screen as well with our pinned post. Bounce.Tech brings leverage tokens to Hyperliquid. Private beta on Hyperliquid is live now. Go check them out at Bounce.Tech. Let's pop it up here again for you guys to see. Leverage tokens for all of finance. Thank you so much for choosing Leviathan News for this ad, guys. Private beta live now. Really appreciate you bidding so relentlessly and even winning token price on an auction, which is not that simple. Our auctions always work best when token price is using. So go check out also the new Polaris article that token price has released today. And by the way, also check out the article, not the article, that the interview that I've done with them. It was actually probably my biggest ever stream on YouTube, already over 500 views on YouTube, which is very irregular on our side. So much respect to all of you guys. Please, folks, go follow ZKP2P on their X, check out their website, use their services, go connect with them on Telegram as well. And shout out to Richard. It's on X if you want to find Richard. It's basically Richard spelled backwards. Only today I've realized. So you can find Richard there, right, Richard? Only today I'm like, okay, that's why it says this Drachir or whatever it's.
So good. I also just got a text saying, I just realized Richard's name on Twitter is Richard backwards.
Yeah, I was like, okay, just like a few minutes before the stream. So shout out and Ben at Unhappy Ben, very responsive. Much respect, guys. And before we wrap it up, let me just, you know what? One last thing, because you guys have complimented on the Arcos video as well, let me just show you Arcos profile and his clip again. I've decided that I'm not going to only use it as an intro from now on. I'm going to also use it as an outro. If you guys need anyone to do some great videos, even for you guys at ZKP2P, please consider contacting Arcus, ARQUS. Thank you so much for your incredible contribution, Sir Milama. And we'll definitely use some of my voting power on the next Squid vote to reward you with some Squid in the upcoming snapshot vote for the January distribution. And thanks a lot, Richard and Ben, for coming on. Talk to you soon, and good luck on Thursday.
Thanks a lot. Ciao.
Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
それはレバヤさんニュースだ。デセットライズだ。逃げろ。誰でもトトできる。誰でもスキルを稼げる。ガバナンスまである。中州圏のメディアはもう終わりだ。
真相から